Hi guys. Now, entrepreneurship is not as scary as it seems, or as scary as people make it to be. The reason why people are too afraid to chase their dreams is because they do not have any financial stability, so therefore they're not going to leave their stability to go to something that is risky, because entrepreneurship is not guaranteed to make you rich. It is not guaranteed to make you financially successful. It is not guaranteed to make your life better. And if anything, it can make your life even worse when you first start out. It can make your financial stability even worse when you first start out. But guess what? That's when you first start out. But when you build yourself over time, that's when you can now be more stable in what you want to do. But me growing up, I never realized I was in a rat race until now. As in, when I first started working from when I was 20 years old till I'm 27, I was okay with working a job. As a matter of fact, I was that person who overworked. I used to work two jobs, I used to work three jobs, and I used to work two shifts in one day, 16 hours in one day, and I was okay with what I was doing. It wasn't good on the body, but however, it just showed me that I was willing to work and outwork anybody that was around me. Most people only did one job and they did it one at a time. Most people only worked 40 hours a week or 25 hours a week. Me, I was working more than that. I was working 55, 60, 65 hours a week. I was working hard because I liked to work and I liked money. So therefore, the more you work, the more money you make. And as an entrepreneur, you eat what you kill. So therefore, if you're not making sales, you're not going to get paid. And this is why people are always afraid of starting their own business, because they are not set up mentally for entrepreneurship. They are mentally set up for a 9 to 5 because that's all they were taught in school. They were taught in school how to basically work a job. And entrepreneurship, it provides you more freedom, and when you are successful, it provides you more money. But with a stable 9 to 5 job, you are only set at a set number, as in you are capped at what you can make. Entrepreneurship, you are not capped. You can have an income that is relative to what you want and however far you are willing to take it, however far you are willing to risk to make more. So here are the good things about entrepreneurship. Good things about entrepreneurship: you are your own boss. You can make your own schedule, you can make your own income, you can get paid every single day. You don't have to pay your taxes all at once when you get paid, and you get to have more benefits as a business because you are a business owner. And you don't have to always be at your place of work all the time because you are running a business. Therefore, the business runs without you. So technically, you have a business. And the best of all is that you are doing what you love and you are solving a problem that you can get paid for, and because you have the valuable information to change that person's situation. Now, here are the cons of working as an entrepreneur. There will be days where you're up and there will be days where you're down. Those days where you're down, you are stressed out financially. You are stressed out to pay the bills. You are not meeting your quotas in time. So therefore you have to do layoffs and lay off your employees. And that's even worse because now how are you going to get those employees back if you already laid them off? You are going to have to be in charge and wear multiple hats. That means that you're going to have to be in multiple positions when you first start out, especially if you have no funding to hire out people. So let's say you're the sales manager, you're also the sales associate, you're also the team leader, and you're also the coach, and you're also doing everything that requires to run the business. Just in case if somebody calls out or somebody is sick, you have to find somebody to cover them, or you have to come in and cover them. You have to make sure that your money is in order so that the business can run. You cannot overspend and you cannot underspend. If you underspend on marketing, then you will not get sales. If you overspend on marketing, you might lose profit. If you overspend on employees, you will not make a profit. And prices of the products that you are buying could just go up in price. So you might have to give out discounts because you want to at least attract customers, but you know that if you put on discounts that you will receive less profit for the markup that you are hoping and wishing for. And you just have to go through every challenge emotionally because you have to sacrifice your emotions. As in, let's say if you have a family and you have 3 kids and you have a newborn that just came out, so you have 2 kids and then you have a newborn on the way, or you have 2 kids and you have a newborn that has just been born, and you have a wife at home. Your wife is now taking care of all these kids while you're out for the whole entire day, and then you only get 2 hours to your family, and then you have to go back to doing entrepreneurship. So that means you have to sacrifice your family time. That means you have to sacrifice your money. You have to sacrifice just everything. Everything is at stake. Because if you don't sacrifice, then you will not receive the reward of your choosing. And this what happens if you don't make enough sales. You go bankrupt, then you have to file for bankruptcy, and then who knows, you have to pay back your taxes. If, let's say, if you make a lot of money and you don't pay your taxes in time, now you owe the IRS. And guess what? If you don't pay the IRS, they will take discipline action on you, and you will get your discipline that you should have paid your taxes for. So therefore, you have to just always have strong mental capacity when you are an entrepreneur. Now, here are the good and the bad of being a 9 to 5 worker, because I've done both. As a 9 to 5 worker, you have a stability standpoint, as in your paycheck is stable. You are getting a set amount Friday or every 2 weeks. So you get paid 1 week, you get paid 2 weeks. And you have your insurance benefits. You have your 401ks, and you have retirement, and then all that other good stuff. You have stock plan, where some companies you can buy into their stock plan at a cheaper price. And then you have discounts at some of your establishments that you work at. But the most benefit that you can have at a 9 to 5 is that you know your paycheck is coming. You know that your bills are paid for, and you know you can at least have 2 days off to relax and to not have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about no business. You don't have to worry about no customers. You don't have to worry about anything going wrong because you're not in control. And if you want to make more money, all you got to do is climb up the ladder, and you can make more money in the company. Now, here are the negative sides of working a 9 to 5 job. You can have a boss that just does not like you for whatever reason. It could be a new hire. The boss will just not like you for no new reason whatsoever. They just don't treat people with respect. Then they come at you. Another negative way that a 9 to 5 is bad is that you want to take a vacation, and guess what? You have to wait for them to approve your vacation. So if you have 40 hours a week and you want to put it for the time that you can do it, and they decline it, that means that you either go on vacation and they fire you, or you just can't go on vacation. And that's pretty much simple. And you have to work for 8 hours throughout the whole entire day, for 8 hours. If you don't work any more than 8 hours, you basically are not making any money if you're not working 8 hours. So as an entrepreneur, you can work 5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, and you can still make a lot of money. But an entrepreneur is working because they know how to make money. But a 9 to 5 person, if they don't work at least 8 hours, they're not making no money. And 8 hours can be time consuming because you only get 1 hour break, or you might even get half an hour break. So as an entrepreneur, you can take unlimited breaks, or you could just schedule out your breaks the way you want to. But 9 to 5 people are so strict at their jobs, as in you can't be on your phone, you can't do certain things, you have to be in dress code, you have to abide by the rules, and the rules always change, and you just don't know who's in charge at the moment. And you never see the CEO at your 9 to 5 establishment. But there are so many cons that you can name at a 9 to 5, but that's just a few of them. And you are doing something that you just truly don't enjoy. You probably hate it, you don't want to be there, you just don't like the 9 to 5. You would rather do your own passion and get paid for that instead. And you dread it. seem like you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't want to be in a cycle where you're just doing the same thing. You feel robotic, and you just don't get paid enough to be there, because you still are paying your bills, but you have nothing left over for yourself. So there's that. But 9 to 5, the only best thing about it is you have some kind of stability, but you also don't have stability either, because a 9 to 5, you can always get fired at any moment and nobody cares, because you're just a number. So nobody cares about you. So if you are, something bad happens to you, knock on wood, at work, then you are replaced easily. So you can get fired. There is no given notice. And when you work as an entrepreneur, nobody can fire you because you are your own boss. The only time you can, you know, unless you quit, then basically that's how you get fired as an entrepreneur. Only unless you quit. But as a 9 to 5, your job is always at stake. You can always get fired, and they don't give you no notice when you get fired. But yet you have to give them a 2-week notice for them to show courtesy that you care about the company, and that is not right. So now, how to escape the 9 to 5 if you want to escape and become an entrepreneur? My steps is find your passion, find a problem, find purpose. Now, the 3 P's: passion, problem, purpose. Once you find a problem you can solve, you can then turn your passion on, and when you have enough passion built up, you can now turn your purpose. Passion and purpose are the same thing, because without purpose, you're not going to keep on going. Without passion, you're not going to keep on going. If there's no problem, then you won't get paid for it. But with passion, if you have enough passion, then you won't need to get paid for your dreams, but you just need enough to keep everything running so that you are not going bankrupt. So this is why, as an entrepreneur, you have to have these 3 pillars. And another step that you want to do if you want to become an entrepreneur is you have to seek help from people that have already are in the game as long as you are. You have to have skin in the game, and if you don't have any skin in the game, suggest that you go to someone who does, someone who has already been through the pitfalls that you are going to experience as a entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is not easy, and this is why people mostly don't want to start and become an entrepreneur. They would rather just quit, and because it's easier to just get a 9 to 5 and do that. But entrepreneurship in 9 to 5 has its benefits, it has its cons, and you choose and you decide. Now, the third step to becoming an entrepreneur is that you have to be unique. As in, don't become an entrepreneur because you see everybody else becoming an entrepreneur. Don't become an entrepreneur because it's a trend to become an entrepreneur. Now, back then, when you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you had to really be an entrepreneur on your own and figure things out. Now, you are seeking validation from other people, and that's not the best way to be an entrepreneur. You have to be an entrepreneur because you love it and you see true value in what you do, and you think that your value is good enough for you to help people, because you want to be in this thing long lasting. You want to be in this thing in the long haul, so people will thank you for all the things and all the hard work that you've done. So therefore, being an entrepreneur is not easy as it sounds, and not easy as everybody makes it to be. So now, when you are an entrepreneur, just know that it is okay to fail. People think that if you're an entrepreneur that you're not supposed to fail, and you have to just know that it is okay to fail as an entrepreneur. If you think that entrepreneurship is sweet and you're never going to fail, you have another thing coming, because you will always fail, and you just have to build up character strength so that you never feel as if you are quitting. That's the goal. You have to just make it another day to keep on going, another day to motivate yourself, and that's pretty much it. But it's like a 9 to 5, it's good because you can build skills that you never had before, because a 9 to 5 will teach you some skills. But if you're stuck at a 9 to 5 that you hate, and you're stuck at a 9 to 5 that is not teaching you to do better, be better, and have a better mindset, then you might have to reevaluate that 9 to 5 and go get another 9 to 5 and hope that that teaches you a skill. Or you might have to jump into entrepreneurship to learn more skills about what you want to do. So don't just be stuck in one spot. If you're an entrepreneur right now and you're struggling, it's not saying that, oh, you should just go back to 9 to 5, but try and move around and maneuver through things, because you always have to move through the storm. So just be careful on what you pick and what you like to do, but just be happy on what you do so that you can figure out the pros and the cons of being an entrepreneur and a 9 to 5. But people always shame other people for, not having a 9 to 5, but it's okay. So as long as you are an entrepreneur and you love what you do, as long as you're a 9 to 5 and you love what you do, then you're not in a rat race. Because a rat race is as long as you are stuck in a cycle and you feel as if you're too scared to leave, and you don't know what's going to happen whether you leave or not. That's what a rat race is. That's what the Matrix is. You don't get paid enough and you want to leave, but you don't know how to leave. So if you just want to take the leap of faith, become an entrepreneur, I wish you the best of luck. But if you want to be a 9 to 5 and you are comfortable where you are at, then hey, do you and do you. Don't copy other people because you see one person is doing well. Because there are people that have 9 to 5 jobs that are making $100,000 a year because they're well qualified to do it. But then there are entrepreneurs that are more well qualified and they make millions per year. So it's all on where you fit in. So you just have to gravitate to where you fit in so that you can have a successful life and be happy. But thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you gain any value, and if I talk too fast, I'm sorry, but this is just how my energy is. But if you joined and you liked it all the way through, and if you gain any value, please leave a like, comment, share on this video, send this to a friend, and thank you and have a good one. Let's go.